So, hello and welcome to the Elets Innovation Talk, your platform for everything healthcare and beyond. We have this amazing episode under eHealth on the topic of predicting the future of health, how Fedo's AI is transforming insurtech and risk management. And the guest we have today with us is Mr. Prasanth Madhavan, who is the co-founder of Fedo. So, sir, thank you so much for joining us. We're so happy to have you in the show.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Great. So let us start with the first question we have for you today is your vision. So, sir, can you share the story behind Fido's inception and what made you, get onto this aspect? Were there any gaps that you identified, or what were your aims when you started this? Over to you.
Sure. Thanks. When we talk about anything important in our life, it could be measured. Like if I ask you, what is your salary? That is, you can say it's a particular dollars, or if I talk about your intelligence, you will say my IQ score is a particular number. But in terms of health, there is nothing which we can say and benchmark you against me. Now, if I make a claim that, okay, I'm much more healthier than you, there is no way which I can prove it or you can disprove that there is a difference in the health. The thought behind Fido is, can we benchmark health? And when you say benchmark health, it has to be looking into multiple parameters, including your chance of getting diseases, your fitness, your mental health, all of those parameters come to. And when we started Fedo.ai, the vision was to make health assessment more accessible and predictive by leveraging AI and the latest technology. Um, Using my background mostly in innovation and change management, I knew we could do it in a way that was, if it has to be successful, it has to be non-invasive and cost-effective. And that is where we looked into picking up or finding about your health and benchmarking this using a mobile phone as the sole device required.
Great.
So this is behind Fedo. Yes.
Great. So, sir, a very curious question. Can you also please talk about the different services or the different, areas that you cover under Fredo, and how does that work together?
Sure. Let me take a minute and explain what we do. So what Fido could do is, using a mobile phone recording of your video, from your face video, I can pick up around 14 different parameters like heart rate, blood pressure, SpO2, random blood sugar, total cholesterol, hemoglobin, etc. And then ask some follow-up questions, 2 to 3 questions. We could build a health score, which we call as a Fido score. And Fido score ranges from 0 to 1,000, where 0 is like a dead guy, 1,000 is like a Superman, both unlikely. And the score of 600 and above is considered to be a healthy individual. Now, there are multiple use cases for a health score. And our goal is to empower people and organizations with data-driven insights, helping them to make informed decisions about health. For our insurance, we could use it for our risk classification or underwriting. For public health or the government or the social organization, this could be a way to do a population health screening and management. And for a medical or for a telemedicine, this could act as a remote vital collection. We have also looked into fitness and mental wellness, where we could pick up over a 60-second video your strength, both upper body, lower body strength, and endurance, which we developed for a police department in India. And we could also look into some kind of a mental wellness as well.
That is amazing. That sounds like a next level remote monitoring AI on steroids kind of technology. So kudos to the entire team and you for coming up with this sort of intervention. Also wanted to know if you are working actively towards any specific disease detection via this technology, and if you can touch upon that a little bit.
Sure. The FIDO score, as we said, or the benchmarking is based on your risk for six major non-communicable diseases or lifestyle diseases, as we call. Diabetes type 2, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, coronary heart diseases, kidney diseases, and respiratory diseases. Now, these six diseases cause almost 70% of all medical expenses as well as hospitalization in countries like India as well as Europe or in the US. So the idea is to give an early warning signal to these diseases so that if you take care of your health early on, then your chances of getting or your diseases getting worse will decrease, and that will save you from in terms of money as well as in terms of your health.
Thank you so much, sir. So that is very interesting to know that you are working in all these different areas. But one such area is also cancer, wherein many technology, health technology, screening and detection organizations are very actively working and researching towards. So, do you have any future plans to get into cancer detection or cancer screening as well using this kind of technology? Or is it something that you wouldn't want to do at this point or in some time?
Okay, so there are certain things which we could pick up, like skin cancer or a certain type. The is to have a early warning signal at as little as possible. Take a 14 seconds video of you and pick up as many diseases risk as possible. And we have kept it more toward the lifestyle diseases because the difference between lifestyle disease and the other diseases are if you take care of your health, like if I reduce my weight by 10 kilos, my risk for diabetes will come down by maybe 12%. So that is an actionable cause which a person can do without consulting a doctor. While diseases, the communicable diseases or even cancer, we have to see a doctor, and your cure or your controlling diseases is mostly by taking medications rather than lifestyle changes. So we concentrate on the lifestyle diseases as of now. Saying
Okay,
that,
sir.
maybe we could pick up some parameters at a later stage. But yes, that is all we have to see.
Thank you. So, yes, and with the amazing work that you are doing already, I am sure you have impacted many lives. So, can you please touch upon the different, the large number of lives that you have impacted and the large areas of industries within India that you have worked with? You did highlight a little bit, Pere, but if you can just share again in a little more detail.
Sure. So we are working with segments in insurance, employee welfare, public health, and fitness. And insurance was our first use case where we have successfully demonstrated the value for the insurance industry, starting with underwriting and expanding it into engagement and renewal and lead generation use cases. And in India, the potential uh, scope for touching people through this insurance route is more than 60 million or uh, uh, 600 million, 600 million, 60 crore people we could touch upon by using the insurance route. As of now, we are working with 7 out of 24 life insurance companies in India, as well as discussions with 20 more insurance companies, covering almost 38% of the market as of now. And in terms of general insurance and health insurance, we are already in conversation. We have signed one, and we are in conversation with 5 more of the top 5 insurance companies in India. Apart from India, we are working in countries like Middle East, Europe, where we have started initial transactions, as well as we are doing 40 plus pilots in insurance, banking, automobile, and employee welfare in 13 different countries and 5 continents.
That is great to hear, sir. So, I believe so far, whatever I have understood with the Fedo technology is that it is very accessible to use. The method for capturing data is primarily videos. Please correct me if I'm wrong. If there are many other methods of capturing data apart from videos as well.
So the primary methodology is to do a selfie video of yours and with a 14-second scan of your face. And there'll be a few smart questions happening after there, which will be less than 5 questions will be asked you after the video recording, and that is all we have in terms of screening.
Great. So definitely this sounds and looks very accessible. So can be, used all across pan India and beyond that you are already doing. But when it comes to scalability and affordability, can you please touch upon that and what are your plans for the same?
Sure. So as of now, we have positioned this as a B2B offering where our customers are insurance, employee welfare, and other healthcare companies, and we haven't taken it to the end customers. We are also in the process of connecting with a lot of fitness influencers to take this, including the diseases risk prediction as well as the fitness feedbacks. And that would reach out to more people over the next few years. And taking this through ONDC and the structure, the platform which the government is bringing in, we would be able to touch a lot more people over the next few years. I can't hear you.
Do you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, great. So thank you so much. So as this is B2B a service right now, so we won't be having this issue that I am going to talk about right now. But later on, when you do transition to the end customer, the B2C audience, do you feel you would want to have this translated into multiple languages so as to increase the usability, the accessibility level? Because all throughout India we have very different demographics, very different diseases, at the same time very different kind of barriers as well. So if we can touch upon those a little bit, and how can similar organizations that are working in this space, in health technology space, enhance their scalability all across India and beyond with such measures? If you can share that a little bit.
Sure. So while we don't take with B2C, we have customers in multiple parts of the world, including South America, Europe, as well as Middle East and India. We have translated our offerings into multiple languages as of now. And this is a simple process because the only text you would see would be the instruction of how to hold the phone, how to do the video. And the questions are standard set of questions where we can convert it into any language, which we have done already. And it is not that difficult with all sort of translator tools available, but we also take it through the native speaker to run it through once before it is taken out to the end customer. And the second question is about, so Fedo positions ourselves as an early screening or the top of the funnel where we find out, if a question happens, okay, Prashant, are you healthy? Now, what I give is, okay, Prashant, you are at risk for these particular diseases and you are at this percentile compared to your peer group. And if you reduce your weight by 10 kilos, your risk for diabetes might come down an X percentage. Let me connect you to somebody who will help you reduce your weight. Now that could go to a Healthify Me or a Cult Fitness where I can get into a diet plan or a workout plan and reduce my weight or improve my fitness levels. Or it could lead to somebody like an 1mg or Practo to take an executive medical checkup and see a doctor so that I'm sure that, okay, there is a risk or not, and take the right medical advice rather than just rely on something on an AI methods.
Definitely. And eventually also connecting all the data with the ABA ID cards that we have from the government now out already. So that is also making everything very interconnected and seamless for the future generations. So great. So sir, when we're talking about training the model, training AI or working with such advanced technologies, there is this aspect of accuracy that is very much required to be carefully monitored. So what were the challenges that you faced while developing such models, and what advice you would want to give to the entrepreneurs that are watching who would want to do something in this similar space?
Sure. So, one of the difficult part when we came to India, I mean, health data globally, there is a lot of data available through CDC as well as WHO and other sources. But once you come into India, while we have data, it is not kept at a particular space or it is scattered and it with multiple organizations. We took a lot, almost 2 years in collecting that information, sifting to multiple data sources, etc., trying to bring it together, clean it up. So that took us a lot of time. And things are changing now with, as you said, ABBA idea is coming. Government is picking up a lot more into creating a place or repositories where health data could be stored. Now things are getting a little more easier or at least structured as of now. So what I believe is it initial, while the product itself might look very impressive and futuristic and awesome product or a magic to a lot of people when we introduce this product, we have put in a lot of elbow grease in collecting data, improving our accuracy, setting up a particular threshold of accuracy, and then keep on improving our accuracies while not taking or sharing the data of our customers. So, for example, if with the insurance company or if you are my customer and your data comes through my system, your video never reaches my service. It will be converted into signals and signals processed into formulas in a layman's term, and less than 200 bytes of data passes through my server, which means that your name, your photo, none of your data would pass on to my system. So for my customers, it provides 100% privacy as well as compliance ratio. But that also gives us additional effort in collecting the data, which we do by conducting public health camps, associating with NGOs and government organizations, and collecting and using that data to improve our system.
Thank you so much, sir. So definitely you have answered our next question as well, which is one very important aspect around advanced technologies is data privacy. So amazing work and amazing, with amazing carefulness, the Fedo company is, working around this. So we are very happy to know that. Another aspect is innovation in facial recognition and health tech. So facial scans are relatively new approach in healthcare technology, and what technical advancements have made this possible? How do you see this, trend evolving in the next 5 years? Do you see more and more organizations adopting this, or would they, be sticking to the blood scans, body scans, etc.?
So yes, what you said, I mean, over the last couple of years, like we could see that when we started with this idea and approached insurance companies, the time we required to capture this information, process it, it was about a minute. And over the period, our internet speed increased 2G to 3G to 5G, and your mobile phones are much more faster. Like for our latest iPhone or a Samsung Ultra, I could do the entire scanning and the results coming out in less than 8 seconds. So the advancement in the hardware in terms of the mobile phones as well as the speed of internet is made it much more easier for all these computations to happen, and the results being given with much more accuracies. And I believe as the phones, the capabilities increases, products like ours, accuracy will also improve. And because of that, there will be much more wider adoption of these technologies. And even now, insurance companies are happy to take a scan, which is less than 14 seconds, which will solve you almost half a day of effort in getting a traditional medical test happening, and save them almost 1,000 rupees per customer in saving that medical expenses, apart from the time which saves for the customer. So, yes, things will further improve as it goes, and that is what we believe.
So just a curious question, which is the next one. So while Fido is already, tracking the facial scans, the, video information, and the pictures, of course, would there be a possibility of taking audio as a means for collecting data for health parameters as well. My thought comes from a recent development by, I believe, Google Health or Apple Health, I'm not really sure, in which they are detecting if you have any, lung problems or, cold, etc., through the voice detection module, through emerging technologies. What are your thoughts for the same? Is there a possibility of Fido also incorporating that in the near future? We are very excited to know.
Sure. So there are already companies which is doing that, and even in India, we have companies who can analyze a cough and figure out whether you have asthma or other diseases, as well as there are companies which could figure out whether you are a smoker or a heavy smoker by having a conversation with you or take a cough. So there is sound which could be picked up. And in this case, we could either develop this or partner with any of these companies to bring together uh, a simpler or a comprehensive mobile based health assessment. So partnerships can also be done using for this portion. Okay.
Thank you. So, are you also planning to get into some remote monitoring devices or appliances in near future? Or what are your thoughts around those?
So remote monitoring might also require a little more planned way of scanning. So the way which you scan, the way you hold the light, etc., is important for getting a better accuracy in terms of the scanning. While saying that, we are working with a company in the Middle East, which is one of the largest in the region, which do a lot of telemedicine consultation of video call with the doctors. And here our system is using to pick up the vitals during the um, medical consultation with the doctor. It will be something like what we are having right now, where the doctor would be on one side and the patient on the other side, and this results displayed to the doctor. So that way, remote vital assessment is happening in a controlled way, where there is an actual medical practitioner who can look into it and ask the right questions after that.
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much. So, we come down to the end of our discussions, but before we let you go, we have few very important questions for you. One being collaborations and partnerships. So, what kind of collaborations with different areas, whether it may be insurance companies or government or health institutions, have been most effective in driving the adoption of Fedo's platform? And what future collaborations are you anticipating, if you would like to just voice out over here at this platform?
Sure. So, what I believe is healthcare is a large, very large endeavor, and no single company or no single country can manage the entire aspect out of it. So, we believe in collaborations with multiple stakeholders. And as we said earlier, we want to stay at the top of the funnel, where we do an early screening of a risk of a person and then divert them to the right next step. So either you need to take care of your lifestyle, see a doctor, take a medical test, etc. And there are multiple use cases as well. So we had insurance; they use us for risk classification of the incoming members, while employee welfare uses it to manage the health of the employees, and public health uses for screening of the people around it. Fitness could be a lead generation for fitness, or doctor consultation sites like Spracto. So we believe in partnership, and there are a lot of partnerships which is going on, including automobile, which was something which we are talking about. Want to know about people are sleeping on the driver fatigue on the road. So there are multiple use cases which happens, and we believe in partnerships. And this is something which we are actively building in the last few months.
Thank you so much. So another question is the future roadmap and the vision for Fido. So if you can share exclusively on Elets Innovation platform, that what is next for Fido? Are there any upcoming features or innovations you're working on that can further revolutionize the predictive analytics for healthcare and insurance? And if you would want to disclose some snippets of it to our audience exclusively here.
Sure. So what we are looking ahead, what we are looking is into use cases into healthcare, fitness, and mental health, where we have started. And as we said, in partnership with fitness influencers and ONDC, we are bringing out a full fitness management system for the consultants, the fitness consultants, where they can actively manage and give feedback of exercise done by their trainees without their videos passing on to the coaches if they don't want to do it. So this is something, and we will also have looking into gut health, uh, 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 skin health, including wrinkles, um, whiteheads, blackheads, etc. So that this we are planning to give a full idea about your wellness, like a wellness rather than the healthcare. And this would be consumed by people like your the dietitian, the fitness coaches, the mindfulness coaches, and taking this to take it to the every part of the world. So this will empower like a buddy to your all health and wellness needs. And that is something which we will launch with ONDC in the next couple of months.
So thank you so much, sir, and wish you the very best for your upcoming projects. We're so happy to hear all these. The last question before we part is to the audience that is watching. So while working on such technologies, of course, you must have come across those areas that still need technological intervention into healthcare or needs more focus than it already has. But while you're already busy, your all hands are tied with Fedo. Are there any other areas that you feel should be tapped into so that the people that are watching can look into those and maybe revolutionize those aspects as well?
Definitely. So, understanding about the health and is something which people are struggling to. While I could get any amount of information on Google or my WhatsApp University, but not everything is the actual or the truth. So, there is a huge requirement for educating people on specific wellness needs, and people have to go deep down into each of those fields to say that, okay, I'm an expert in this particular field, and I'll help you in, for example, I'll help you in your diabetes risk management, or I'll help you in your fitness journey. So that kind of technology and deep dive approach has to come using technology and the AI and machine learning, which would help a lot more people in the world. And that is something which we would like to see people doing, and that will obviously be our partners as well.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. Any key takeaway message for our audience today?
No, I think yes, health is a larger. Everybody knows about health, but do we really know about health is a question which we always have. I think people have to take care of health. Everyone, including me, have to start taking care of our health from today, and that is something which I would love to uh, pass on to everyone.
Thank you so much. So, with that, we come down to the very interesting episode with Mr. Prasanth Madavana, a co founder of Fedo. Sorry, sir, can you please correct your pronunciation?
Yeah, my name is Prasanth Madavana, so and
Okay.
co-founder.
Okay. With that, we come down to the very interesting episode of Fedo with our guest, Mr. Prashant Madwana, who is the co-founder of Fredo. So, sir, thank you so much for joining us. It has been a delightful episode. I'm sure the audience that is watching is also, getting loads of information out of the same. So, for the audience that is watching, if you have any questions with our guest, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. We will make sure to reach them and get back to you with those answers. Again, if you have any other topics that you would want us to cover, also please let us know that. We will come up with another episode covering all those. So thank you so much for staying with us till the end. With that, we sign off now. Stay happy, stay healthy. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thanks. Have a
Thank
good day.
you.